Hours. Rob and Lizz in the morning. His radio, Brian, and for Rob today.
What happened 36 hours?
36 hours. Our ninja was in labor over the weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and I haven't heard, everything that happened because I want, her and Dusty, her husband, to have some time with their brand new baby.
Brand new baby Ollie.
Yeah, so my phone was blowing up. I know hers was as well, but mine was, have you heard anything? Have you heard anything? Because I let everybody know that her water had broken. She let me know that, I think it was, I don't know, at some point this weekend. And so I was on baby watch.
That was Friday.
I don't think.
You texted me Friday.
Was it Friday? I thought it was Saturday. I can't remember. But anyway, 36 hours later, because then I started getting, is she okay? Because we haven't heard anything. And everybody was concerned. And so she sent me, the deets on it, 8 pounds, 6 ounces.
Okay.
And at her baby shower several months ago, the staff had made their predictions.
Okay.
I
now,
said 9:13.
I didn't know anything about this.
Because you weren't there. You had another thing to do with work. You'd already had plans.
Okay, but then I would have liked to have gotten in on this.
I'm bad.
So who won the baby pool?
Who do you think won?
I know Joe was asking, but
he overshot it like I did.
Rob?
By a pound, yes.
Rob,
of course. So somebody else on staff came in an ounce lower than Ollie actually weighed, but they didn't put their name on their guess. And so, sorry. So Rob came in at 8 pounds, 7 ounces. So he overshot by an ounce.
Okay.
So he wins.
All right. Does he win something?
A Starbucks gift card.
Oh, though. See?
Because he loves coffee. So.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I would have got in.
I know. I'm sorry. Next time. Next baby.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Yeah, if you dance, you're less neurotic.
Right. Like the anxiety lessens. If you're lonely, it kind of goes away.
Okay.
Dancing, I love to dance.
Do you really?
I love to dance.
You bust a move.
All the time.
You'll just bust out a move.
Literally, music comes on and I just can't help it.
Yeah.
I cannot help it. And then if it's one of my favorite songs, like CeCe Winans, That's My King.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I am dancing. I mean, every time it comes on, I'm like, yes, turn it up. And then, just on repeat.
Okay.
And it has me dancing. But, almost any type of music, a song will get me. I'll be in the middle of a store.
I love to be driving down the street and see people walking and they just don't care. They're just in it. They're in the flow. They're dancing. It doesn't matter who it was.
Right.
And we were out over the weekend and we're pulling in this place and this lady, she gets getting on to it. I mean, she's in her own little world and she doesn't matter who sees her.
But it made you happy.
It brought a smile to my face for sure.
And that's part of it too. Not only does it make you happy, but somebody else that sees you with just dancing with, just abandon.
Okay.
It makes somebody else smile. I absolutely love it. In fact, my husband and I are going on a trip at the end of August, and we're going on a cruise, and they have like an 80s dance party night.
Oh my gosh.
And I keep asking. So I keep asking. He's like, I don't know. I don't know if they have that themed. He said, but they have several dance parties. And I'm like, okay, as long as there's dance parties.
I just had a memory. So,
Of?
A couple of years, or it was over about 3 years or so ago when my mother-in-law was down. She was dealing with cancer. She was living with us. And so one evening, I just started busting a move because I wanted to make her laugh, and stuff like. So I started doing this old jig and stuff like that. And she looked at me and she goes, "That boy's tickle britches."
Good morning. I love to dance. I'm not very good at it, or at least not like I used to be, but I will bust a move anywhere, anytime. I have no problems whatsoever. It always makes me smile. I love doing it at work because then everybody around me laughs because it's hilarious to watch me dance because I have no rhythm.
Hey, Pat, how about you?
You brought back a fond memory for me. My best friend and I have been best friends since 10th grade, and I was in her wedding. Now, of course, the bride and groom had their first dance together, and then the next dance, the bride and groom were going to dance with the maid of honor or matron of honor, and the brother of the groom was one of the groomsmen. And so what I told Cole, the groomsman, I said, when they play our song, we're going to walk up and tap them like it's our turn to dance, but you're going to go dance with Danny, and I'm going to dance with Joyce. And so nobody was expecting it. It was just, I mean, literally right then a decision. And so we went up and we tapped in, and they turned to, exchange partners, and I took Joyce and he took Danny. It was so much fun, and everybody just loved it. But thank you for reminding me that. They've been married 24 years now, and It's awesome. It's just a really good memory. Thanks for bringing that up. Have a wonderful, blessed day.
Rob and Lizz.
His Morning Crew.
Rob and Lizz in the morning. It's His Radio. I'm Brian in for Rob today.
So I think if you're sharing space with somebody at work, maybe this doesn't work unless you have an agreement. Because if you just start busting out side lunges and wall sits, they're going to be like,
yeah,
what in the world? But
I told my wife I was going to do some side lunges, and she said, "Ooh, that's a big step."
Yeah.
I've known people that have the little bicycle things at their desk, and they would do that.
We had a coworker that had.
Yes.
It was. Is it called a bicycle? See, I don't know what it's called.
It was the little cycling
just the
thing,
pedals.
just the pedals.
Yes.
And
because she used to just sit and type and do her thing and just ride.
And she's just zipping along, and I'm like, geez.
Right, she's gonna have these massive legs, but
yeah. And people talk about having those treadmill desks.
Yes, and I have seen those. In fact, I had a former boss. We tried to talk him into getting us a treadmill for the studio.
Yeah,
that didn't fly.
Didn't work.
But I have known people that would exercise at their desk, especially if they have their own office.
Okay.
And I honestly used to. I used to do some exercises.
Was that noise I heard coming from your office? So.
No, I haven't done it here. I probably need to.
Okay.
But, you can bust out some crunches on your lunch break.
Jumping jacks?
I think...
Come on.
I think the jumping jacks, unless you do the modified version, is going to be distracting. Because it is, especially if you have like a second floor office, the people under you are going to hear all that going on and not really... sure what's happening. Marching is weird. Oblique twists, that is something you could do.
Okay.
That's like you lay down and just touch your heels, sort of.
Sure.
And so...
Look, if I sit down, I'm calling 911 because it's like, hey, sit down to do those and he can't get back up again. So, I don't know.
I would love to know, honestly, using the My HISRadio app and going on the open mic, like, do you do exercises at work? And if so, like, what are they?
One thing I've been trying to do is not set as much. Because sometimes I can find myself and I have set so long, and then you go to get up, it's like, oh, you're like your legs are almost asleep where you've been sitting at the desk doing work and stuff like that. And
because
to get up and walk.
Right. We very rarely have to walk and have a conversation with somebody because you have Teams now and you can do Zoom. And so, we're kind of like Wall-E. We're just in our little recliners with the remotes ordering milkshakes all day.
Yeah. So what's that exercise you do at your desk? Let us know through the My HISRadio app open mic.
Hi, I'm weighing in on the exercising in the office. We get an hour for lunch, so I take 30 minutes of that and walk around. Usually do about 2 miles in about 30 minutes. I know it's been hot lately, so an umbrella really helps, but that's what I do.
And this is Renee. I definitely exercise at work. I put in about 15,000 steps or more on a 12-hour shift. I'm a registered nurse, so I have to do some stretches on my break during lunch, stretching on my calves and my thighs and hips, because if not, I get really cramped up at night. So I definitely, yes, do exercises at work. You all have a great day.
Rob and Lizz.
His Morning Crew.
Meredith and Douglas, they wanted to have kids. And that was something, they were married. They wanted to start their family. And it just didn't look like it was going to be possible biologically. And so they went through an adoption process. They even wrote a book about it, which is really cool. And so finally, they waited a good long while. And finally, in December, they got the call that there was a birth mom that was ready to bless their lives, and she was from New Jersey. And so they took off. They went to New Jersey. Just so happened she had no family, I guess, there.
Okay.
They ended up going into the delivery room.
Wow.
I know. How awesome is that? And so they were able to be there for the birth of the child. I think the mom is still going to be somewhat part of their baby girl's life. Her name is Millie, which I love that name. And they say, if you are somebody that's dealing with adoption, infertility, this kind of thing, they said your adoption story isn't going to look like ours.
Yeah.
It's still going to be beautiful, but it may not look like theirs, but the timing is going to be different. But I love what they said. The Lord's timing, God's timing is perfect. So be patient and trust in God.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Okay, when I think of ramen, this is not the first thing that comes to mind. Rob and Lizz in the morning. It's his radio. I'm Brian in for Rob. But how would you like to try cup noodles, s'mores flavored ramen noodles? What do you think, Liz?
Not at all. I don't like ramen.
Okay.
I've had it. I've never had good ramen, I'll say. It's just been out of the cup or the package, and I'm like, man, no.
Well, they're trying to rethink how we, think of ramen, and so it's a sweet treat there. I got to ask, got Jake and then Ben, and you guys like ramen, right?
Yeah, I do. I like real ramen, though.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like real Japanese ramen from a Japanese place.
Okay.
So what do you call cup noodles? Is it imitation ramen? Fake ramen?
What would you say?
It says artificial flavors on the cup, so don't know that it's authentic.
Yeah, when you just add water and watch it grow.
So there you go. It's got a sauce-based flavor, a blend of chocolate, marshmallows, and graham crackers, plus additional mini marshmallows to sprinkle on top. Does that entice you guys at all?
That makes me want to die.
No.
It sounds like hot chocolate.
Yes, you want to
die. I know. Doesn't it though? It sounds like hot chocolate with some graham cracker pieces in it.
I don't know.
If you're putting mini marshmallows, it's literally just hot chocolate. They are just packaging hot chocolate as s'mores.
Yeah, hang out there because in just probably about a month or so, you can get your pumpkin spice ramen.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
There's women you look at, and right off the bat, high maintenance. She's high maintenance. When I look at you, Liz Riles, I do not see high maintenance.
Oh, okay. Really?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see.
Good.
I do not see high maintenance until you just shared this story that happened over the 4th of July holiday with your hubby, Joey.
Yeah, I have a hard time regulating temperature sometimes, and my hair is super, super thick. It's like if I leave it down, it's like wearing a sweater.
Okay.
And so we went walking downtown, and we were just out, exploring or whatever. And I got overheated. I was sweating profusely, just awful. And so I know my man spoils me.
Yes.
He took my hair.
Yes.
And held it up for me while we walked. Like we literally walked about 6 or 7 blocks, and he held my hair off my neck. Because I'd forgotten a hair tie.
I was going to say, okay.
Forgot the hair tie. And so I was like, I can't do this. Like I'm just, so he just grabbed the hair and held it up. Nobody gave us weird looks though, which I was surprised. I figured somebody would be like, wow.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
It's breakfast time. I'm getting a little rumbly in my tumbly, getting a little hungry.
Got an idea for you.
Okay.
Scrambled pancakes. Instead of
scrambled eggs and pancakes?
No, scrambled pancakes.
Okay.
It's the same kind of thing. You know how you kind of mix the scrambled eggs up?
Yes.
They're doing this with pancake batter now instead of pouring it out. And so they're scrambling it up like eggs, and then you get different pancake pieces in different sizes.
Okay.
And so, even Eggo, not Lego, but
Lego my Eggo.
Lego my Eggo. Eggo said, scrambled pancakes. This is wild. So it's all these different sizes of pancakes.
So I will say, when you make pancakes, I like crispy edges. Mm-hmm. I know that sounds weird, but I really do. So this might work in some ways, because some of the smaller pieces are going to be a little more done than the other ones. But why? Why?
It's a TikTok content. They've been creating it. It's something they think that's new.
Yeah.
It's been around since the 19th century in Austria. It's
scrambled pancakes.
Yeah, it's nothing new. So it's just kind of things just get rediscussed. There's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
So.
No, we just keep reinventing, sort of, I guess, ourselves. And okay, so the Austrians knew what they were doing, possibly.
Yeah. But I'm thinking, man, scrambled pancakes, toss in some scrambled eggs on top of it, mix in some scrambled bacon and some syrup.
The bacon and the syrup, yes, but the eggs,
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I was thinking there's some things they taught me in school that I've never used, but I could have really used a class on financial literacy.
Right. I struggled. And, I don't know if your kids, maybe you have kids that are 17, 18, 19, that are getting credit card applications constantly. Sometimes they're on college campuses, this kind of thing. And I ran into a little trouble early in my life doing that because I was like, oh, I don't know why in my head it was like free money, you know? Yeah. And then you get yourself in a world of hurt because you can run up a credit card bill.
Yeah,
like that.
back in the day when back in the day when you had checks and you could write checks and it's like, oh, and it was such and such and or we'll take checks. Oh, I thought you needed real money and you could write.
Yeah, because like when my boys were little, one of them said, well, you still have checks, because I would say, we're broke.
Yeah.
And he's like, you still have checks. It's not the way that works.
Yeah.
But my boys did take a financial literacy class, but it wasn't mandated like it's going to be in California.
Yeah, California, they're going to require a financial literacy course to graduate. It's going to be offered by the 2027, I think 2028 school year, and it's a requirement to graduate beginning for the class of 2030. 31.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good move for California and honestly for all the rest of the states to follow suit.